of this webinar and address to all. I would like to invite Head of the Department of Psychology, Government Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, Amravati, Dr. Shafiq Pathan. Dr. Shafiq, please start your welcome address. Pathan, please. Yes, sir, you are audible. You may start your...
On behalf of the Government Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, Amravati, and the Department welcome dignitaries, speakers, participants, and organizing committee members to this national webinar on the mental health for all better investment. Dear all, in modern time, mental health of the individuals is of the prime importance. With development in various sectors of human life, the psychological complexities of human life have increased. These complexities lead into disturbance of person's mental health. Disturbance may lead to severe consequences. It becomes difficult for a person to manage his interaction with others in a family, at work, workplace, in society, and his personal thought process. Present situation of COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the situations. Many people have lost their job, workers their work, and moreover, it has alienated people from one another. Therefore, discussing the issue of mental health is most urgent need of this hour. We are pleased with the response for our endeavor from all over India. The Government Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, Amravati, established in 1923, is one of the oldest and premier academic institute of the Central Vidarbha. It is catering the educational name of the students from all over India since pre-independence period. The institute has the honor to have bright alumni, including 2 Chief Minister of the state, former Governor of the state, ministers, Police Inspector General of State, several acclaimed men of letters, doctors, professionals, etc. The institute has the long tradition of merit and achievement of natural beauty, great attraction for the local people. Psychology department of the institute is the only aided PG and research department in the jurisdiction of the Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati. It is the oldest psychology department in central India. The department is a pioneer in promoting education in psychology and activities to have the aim at social outreach so that the psychological issues of the people are resolved. In of our own tradition, along with the Department of Lifelong Learning and Extension, who run the MA Counseling and Psychotherapy at Sant Gadge Baba University, Amravati, we have planned this national webinar which will help to the people in issues of mental health. We are very happy that we could get the concern of the stalwarts in the psychology. We have Professor Grishwar Mishra sir, Honorable former Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi International Hindi University, Wardha, Professor Harpreet Kaur Madam, Professor in Psychology, Punjab University, Patiala, and Dr. Pankaj Wasadkar, Associate Professor and Clinical Psychologist, Manas Clinic and Baba De-Addiction Center, Amravati, who will deliver their expert talk, looking into the response from the resource person and the participants, are sure that the aim of the webinar will be fulfilled. Once again, I welcome you all on this platform and I wish the greater gain. Thank you.
The veteran in psychology, Professor Girishwarji Mishra, former Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi International Hindi University, Wardha. Professor Mishra is the globally acclaimed authority in psychology. His contribution to the field is and Girishwar Mishra, born in 1951, PhD, is the former Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Antarrashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya, Wardha in Maharashtra, a central university established by Parliament of India. Earlier, he has served as Professor of Psychology at the University of Delhi for 2 decades. He has also taught the universities of Bhopal, Allahabad, and Gorakhpur. UGC Career Award, Fulbright Senior Fellow at University of Michigan and Award, and Swarthmore College, Philadelphia. Visiting Professor at Ruhr University, Germany, ESRC Fellow at Essex University, UK. Fulbright Nehru Scholar and Lecturer at New School of Social Research, NEET. Paper published in national and international journals, including American Psychologist, International Journal of Psychology, Psychology and Developing Scientists, and International Journal of Behavioral Development. Chief Editor of 5th and 6th ICSSR surveys in psychology. Major publications including Psychological Consequences of Prolonged Deprivation, NPC with L.B. Tripathi, Deprivation, its Social Roots and Psychological Consequences, Concept with D. Sinha and R.C. Tripathi. Applied Social Psychology in India says Perspectives on Indigenous Psychology, Concept with A.K. Mohanty. New Directions for Indian Psychology, Social Psychology with A.K. Daral, Psychology and Societal Development. Concept Rethink Human Competence in Cultural Context. Concept with A.K. Srivastava, Psychology in India, Advance in Research, Pearson, 4th volume. Says with A.K. Dalal, Handbook of Psychology in India, Oxford. Foundations of Indian Psychology, Pearson with Kurjin and S. Verma, Psychology and Psychoanalysis, Center for Civilization Studies, Psychology for India. Durganand Sinha says with A.K. Dalal, Psychological Interventions for Health and Well-being, Springer. The 5 volume of 6 ICSSR surveys in psychology is under publication, Oxford. Professor Mishra served as the President of National Academy of Psychology, India, Chief Editor, Psychological Studies, Springer, for 16 years, Editorial Fellow, Project of History of Indian Science, Cultural and Philosophy. National Fellow of Indian Council of Social Science Research, recipient of Jawaharlal Nehru National Award by Government of Madhya Pradesh, recipient of Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Award for Research in Social Science by MP Council of Science and Technology, Madhya Pradesh, recipient of Govind Vallabh Pant Award by Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, recipient of Radhakrishnan Award by Higher Education Commission, Madhya Pradesh, Fellowship of Indian Academy of Psychology, India. I humbly invite for Girishwarji Mishra sir for his talk. Sir, please.
Professor Jaipurkar ji, Dr. Reddy, Dr. Pathan, dear colleagues and participants of today's webinar, I express my gratitude to the organizers at Government Vidarbha Institute in Humanities and Social Sciences at Amravati. I'm very happy to learn that it is going to focus on the challenge of reaching the goal which is given in the current formulation of the global goals. I'm happy that there is good participation I again express my gratitude for giving a very long introduction. I am a student of psychology. I look forward to the deliberations of this seminar or webinar for examining the various dimensions related to providing a kind of perspective which can help achieving the goal of mental health. Dear friends, mental health is a concern for effective functioning of individuals and groups in terms of cognitive, emotional, and social well-being. I appreciate the ideas given by my predecessors about the theme. I would like to bring here the point that health has to be looked at in a holistic function, and the division between mental health and physical health is not a very good strategy. You can't separate the two. You need an effective body which can perform various functions, and you also need mental functioning. The two work in a cohesive manner. We have various kinds of disorders which are located in the interaction of the body and mind. In fact, it is very difficult to see the two as separate functions. For convenience, we have various categories of physical diseases and mental diseases, mental disorders, but currently is need to look at very comprehensive manner where mental functioning as well as functioning at the body level both take account. Good body means they are performing the various functions. But can we think of effective functioning of body without thinking about mental functions? If you are not happy, if you are not in good mood, if you are working in relation to your environment, if you are not able to appreciate your environment, if you are not able to engage with the people with whom you live, so social, cognitive, and emotional, and they provide the physical function. So the idea is that there is a reciprocal relationship between the two. Indians had an idea that existence is a multi-layered system. It has something called a structure with 5 sheaths, Panchakosha. That is, you have bodily functioning, and from there you move upward. You have Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Vijnanamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, then you have Anandamaya Kosh. So the idea is that it's an integrated body and it has multiple levels of functioning and they have to be in coordination. Only then you will be able achieve an effective level of functioning. Dear friends, it is important to recognize the idea of mental health normally taken into account in the context of mental illness. So many people use various kinds of indicators and they see that, well, whether these symptoms are present or not. Okay, they do indicate absence of illness or presence of illness. But health is something which goes beyond the existence of various problems. I think health is a positive state. In fact, after 2000, psychologists have been thinking of the notion of positive health. Rather than mere talking about health or mental health, they talk about positive health. Just to emphasize that health is a state of effective functioning. It is not merely the absence of illness. So the goal should be to promote not only prevention of illness, restoration from the condition of illness, but to promote positive aspects of health and well-being. That's why you have a lot of emphasis on various aspects of happiness, subjective well-being, flourishing, and a variety of concepts which have come up with the development of positive psychology. So the scope of mental health has been widened. It's not only related to various mental disorders and prevention of those mental disorders, but also to look at health in terms of certain positive qualities, certain human strengths, conditions of subjective well-being. So that should also be part of the agenda. That is one point which I wanted to share, that we need to broaden our concern about mental health and also to a kind of doing something of demystification or creating awareness that mental health and physical health are not separate. The two are interdependent. Mental health will be present when there is physical health, and physical health will be present when there is mental health. So we need to have a multi-pronged strategy to promote health in order to ensure effective functioning of an individual or group in terms of physical functioning as well as mental functioning. I think this is a very important concern. Today, we find, as we find the reports of mental health surveys recently, a few years back, a national survey was done by National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, and all that indicates that the prevalence of mental disorders is increasing in Indian society. And globally also we find that mental health issues are becoming more and more complicated. There are some, I think we need to pay some attention to those reasons while talking about mental health and creating a opportunity for mental health for all. I would like to mention a few trends which are very visible and just help you to become aware of those things. You see that conflicts, violence, war, these are three terms which are being everyday life. And that shows that the emotional life is in trouble. level of community. You see, there is lack of understanding, coordination, sharing. These things are missing. Result is increase in dissatisfaction. Leads to gradually shifting mindset, change in mood. It may lead to depression and it may self-harm. Ultimately, there are many. We have heard for so many months the heroes in Shan's case is very visible. And we don't know the data, but it shows that in 5 years he earned about 70 crores. Spend and what difficulties were in life that ultimately perhaps investigation is. But something happened and he could not survive. So, and I recently who was, chief of CBI and had responsible positions like being governor of 2 states. He committed suicide at the 70. Because perhaps he was not finding life sufficiently appropriate, and he had chose to is that the level of tolerance is going down, the in trouble, and behavior. Maladjustment is increasing, and it is in younger age group. So, the configuration of our population is limited by the younger population. And we need to take care of very seriously, because the conflicts which are because the kind of challenges because of competition which are there and are being complicated by the presence of social media and technology. What is being gradually changing, it is becoming very fast. So you appreciate it. You want to have something new, and it is changing. And in order to have life something unique, something beautiful, something appreciable, something which can attract, becomes a challenge for each individual. It's a mindset which is exploring things in the world. Satisfaction. I want to refer to the development industry, which gradually provides the meaning to life in the sense that you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, so they increase the needs. So your self-definition is in terms of the various positions, collections, things, and you are a consumer. So this mindset, which has become very important in the materialist world, where our ego is in terms of a consumer and we are in the market. So this is synthetic. It's a cultural and social change, and you have to live with this. This is reality, and it may be more pertinent to the educated population. India is a very diverse country, and we must note that there are considerable variations in terms of access to the various health-related provisions, and there are many sections of the population which are marginalized, poor, disadvantaged, and they don't have facilities. Poverty and social disadvantage becomes a very significant factor, and in order to improve the quality of health, power, it is to do something to get rid of the evils of social prejudice. These are the factors which are rooted in our culture. Let us recognize them. You have to fight with them in order to create an atmosphere, a system where there is social support. It is important to bring systemic changes in the functioning of society, in the political system, in the bureaucracy. This is the kind of ecology within which you are living. So you can't live healthy life unless the ecology is not changed. The social ecology, the ecology in various institutions. What I want to emphasize is that mental health is not an issue for individual only. It is a societal issue, and we have to deal with the you can't mental health or well-being has to take into account interventions at individual level as well as interventions at systemic level, at the level of institutions, and the ecology has to be attended to. So it's a big agenda. It's not only the role of psychologists, but there is role of sociologists. So it's a multidisciplinary endeavor to understand the problems of social change. There are macro level variables, there are micro level variables. Psychologists are more concerned with micro level variables. They think that if we empower the individual, everything will be fine. I think that's a problematic assumption. You live in a world, you live in a particular life space, and we know that person-environment interaction is very important. Psychologists pay more attention to individuals. They would like to see all the causes and all the solutions in the individual alone. So you would like to change the mindset, psychological, and counseling orientation, or to provide certain inputs to improve the quality of life, changing the thought pattern, to provide a new perspective on life, or to restructure the meaning system. That is the whole process in almost all kinds of therapeutic interventions. But that is not enough. To provide some support, the environment must provide affordances, opportunities to realize your various goals, potentialities. I understand that most of the students of psychology are familiar with various personal factors like resilience, hope, which are considered to be very useful in creating resource within the individual. psychological capital is being created. But you need social capital also. Unless you provide a balanced system where there is support from the environment, individual cannot survive, can't grow. And only environment support is not enough. You need to provide awareness and a reorientation to self, which is very critical. I also want to emphasize the point that our perspective has been changing a lot. And the change is one which is moving towards realizing self, which is very limited. Self, which talks about a very separate existence. This kind of notion, which is primarily an individualistic notion of self, is one which we have adopted in the modern period. Indian thought has been quite open to a system of self which is very broad, which is very inclusive. Perhaps Indians thought that we need to create scope for self which can be expanded to. So they introduced the idea of Brahman, God, and some kind of higher consciousness. So you identify with that. So this will reduce the differences. If you have an inclusive self, it will allow existence of others. It will create a possibility of communion, communication, coordination, and going together. This spirit was very important. It is said that, well, seeing is only when you see everybody in the same way. When you think about others, you think about yourself. Something which is good for you, you should think that that should be good for others also. So the empathy was very important. These were the values which not only in Indian thought, but in Western thought also. But some or other, with increasing industrialization, globalization, and there are many other kinds of changes, the liberalization, privatization, all these things are creating a self-contained individual, a person who thinks about himself only. So you find that people are becoming more and more rich. You have more number of billionaires in India today, but the poverty is also increasing. So the priorities are changing. My friend, you know, the situation is becoming very, very challenging. We need to bring in home the point that life lies in relating to others, understanding others. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, used to sing the famous bhajan, which says, Paropkar, knowing others, feelings of others, pain of others, is important to remain a human being. So this sensibility towards others is something which makes human. Towards the end of my address, I would like to emphasize the point that as a human being, we need to develop an inclusive self where there's a possibility to relate effectively with other individuals and to share the pain of others, to share the challenges of others. I think this kind of empathy is something we should get more and more attention. If you are happy and others are not happy, then you will by reciting this statement. Sarve bhavantu, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhagavati. We need to think about the well-being of everybody. It should not be an individual's well-being. Our focus for an individualist notion of well-being and disregarding others. So we are going to create facilities for each individual. If that life is possible, not which people, the economy, the people, and the scope of deliberations of mental health has by creating structures, facilities at different levels. Can't be enough to create by an individual. So there are dimensions which are macro, where coordination between the local authorities, the state government, the central government are required. The tragedy, we have seen the problems. To attend to the plight of those people living believe that and their wages and their clothes, their jobs not secure. So such problems are so it is macro level challenges as well as micro level challenges. There is a need to understand the short intervention to state secure and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.